I let the jury deliberate, but much is made about the K-State spirit and the K-State pride, and the coaches talk about how these students show up and the fans show up, and it's so great, and it is. It really, truly is. We're pretty bad with our history. How did that happen? K-State's the school that really shouldn't be. They were voted to actually be KU, and then some early corruption stopped that. And then they got the Morrill Act, and the state legislature they were so appalled by that corruption, they gave the money to Bluemont. Our best building's named after one of our worst presidents. President Anderson was actually an anti-intellectualist who stripped the curriculum, and it was named out of political spite. But after they got it going then in 1909, I got training the legislature. Now they're going, the engineering department's going great guns. The KU president said they are competing for resources and had bills in Congress, in the state legislature, to shut down K-State's engineering and move it to KU. The K-State students put forth their own money, chartered a train, brought every member of the legislature over, wined them, dined them, showed them the campus, stood in front of them, all 2,000, made them look them in the eyes. If you're going to take this, you're going to look at us. And the legislature backed down, did not take it, told them, don't worry about it. We aren't going to take this. The students did that. Everybody else is writing letters. The students stepped up and did that. Power Conference athletics and honoring students. Their first attempt at a Memorial Stadium, they only got $756. Their second attempt, the students got behind it. The students raised $350,000 to build the west side. And then I said in 1928, that was the dividing point of when you became a power conference or not. K-State could not fund athletics, and they knew they needed to. The students of Kansas State in 1922 not only paid for the start of this, they paid to fund athletics. We'll pass a fee, fund it. This is important to our school. We have to have it. We would not be the K-State we are today if we were not in a power conference. Students made that happen. Obviously, we've talked about the students doing that. The union. K-State could not build a union at all. They tried so many times. They knew they needed one to be a competitive school. This little provincial school that Milton Eisenhower raised up and put on a university status. From 1938, the students voted to pass it, and 41, I think, was the first fees. The students feed themselves to build the university, a student union. 38 to 56, that's a lot of students who paid for a building they did not get to use. Students put that thing on. If you pull into K-State, there's great Nichols Hall, big castle, highly featured. It's featured in websites on castles. That's the start of the Wabash Cannonball. This was the building that was arsoned, and the band lost all their music except for one sheet of paper was the Wabash Cannonball. So then at the next game, that's all they had to play, and they played it. That started the Wabash Cannonball tradition at K-State, and it grew up to what it is today. I can remember going to games hoping they would play it. Oh, we got to hear it twice, and now it's been built up into one of the greatest traditions in the Big 12. The building burnt, and then they had to use it because the pools were in the basement. My mom can tell you about going to class and the burnt out walls, taking swimming. Once they built an auditorium, they didn't need it anymore. The state legislature passed appropriations to tear it down. The best the university president could come up with was, could we just keep a few walls of it because it's so historic? The student body went nuts. They went on the castle crusade. They saved it. They lobbied the legislature. They lobbied the governor. You're not taking this down. You're not taking this away. If you go in that building, the windows are about 2.5 feet deep because they had to build a separate freestanding building within it. Campus wouldn't be the same without that. The Wabash Cannonball wouldn't exist without that. Students made that happen. Students made the rec center happen. Again, about a decade's worth of students paid fees for a rec center they wouldn't use. They let a Hearn Fieldhouse fall into disrepair and decided they needed a new arena, but they couldn't pay for it. The students paid for that. They were the largest contributors to it, really. That's why the students at K-State are on the center court, and that's why they're on the 50-yard line, and they're one of the only students sections to have that because it was an agreement. We give you this money, we get our seats. Now, K-State athletics is independently funded, so the students need to show up. and keep that winning environment. Bramlage students did. Here's T-Square Revolt, College of Human Health and Sciences and Architecture. I was there for this. Weefald, great president. This was not one of his finest moments, and he admitted it's a mistake. It's in his book, hey, admit your mistakes. They were going to reorganize these and take away college status and get rid of a lot of our College of Architecture, one of the top 5 in the country. Students again went crazy. T-squares, architects used the time, all over the main square of the campus. They backed him down. So if you're an architect student at Kansas State, you better thank some students. The final one here, all hail the accredited library. That's Hale Library, H-A-L-E, named after the Hale family. When I was going to school there, the library was unaccredited. You would think your tuition would buy you an accredited library. No, it was a joke. The building that this replaced was a national embarrassment. It was unaccredited. Didn't like using it. Legislature would not do their job and give us the money for it. The governor found some windfall money. Problem was it was $10 million short. The Hale family said, okay, if the students give 5, we'll give 5. We had to go vote extra fee money on top of everything else, but we knew it was what our university needed, just like all these students before us knew it's what our university needed. We're not just crazy sports fans at K-State, students. We care about that place, and we'll go above and beyond to support it. So there are the list of things that would not be at K-State if not for the K-State student body. Engineering, Power Conference Athletics, Memorial Stadium, Campus Integration, Union, Nichols Hall, Peters Rec Center, Bramlage Coliseum, Architecture and Design, Health and Human Sciences, Hale Library, and I put the Vietnam Memorial on there because students did that too. The World War II one was built much later and was a committee. Students, about a decade after the fall of Saigon, said, we're doing this. And that's not easy. And they went out and raised the money. If you ever go to the southeast corner and the white sloping memorial, great memorial. Students did that too. That's the legacy of the K-State student. If we don't remember this, we will forget how we got all this student pride in the first place. That's where it comes from.
So Ken, you've done a lot of